Hello, welcome applicants. I am Melissa Yeager, the Residency Coordinator here at East Pierce Family Medicine. I have been here since 2012, a few months before our first class of residents started, so I have loved being here for the past 10 plus years. Outside of work, I enjoy working with my high school booster club and hanging out with family and friends. I have a husband of 24 years, a 20-year-old son who is at Arizona State University, and a 17-year-old daughter, almost 17-year-old daughter, who goes to Graham Kapowsin High School and also does Running Start with Pierce Community College. Becca, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Becca Mahaffey, and am a residency coordinator here at East Pierce, and I've been here for 5 years. Let's see, outside of work, I love hiking and nature and being outside. I have a great family system. I have 4 kids and 2 grandkids. And so I'm super busy and loving every minute.
Thank you very much. So what we're going to do today is kind of walk through benefits. And we found, back before COVID, when we did in-person interviews, we would do this session. And really, interview day is all about fit. Do you see yourself working with us? And do we imagine ourselves working with you? But one thing that's really important, and for a lot of you, it's your first professional job, is benefits. You may find two programs that you really love and you can't decide between them. Benefits may be one of those things that really tips it in one favor or another. So let's pull up the website. I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to click on this window, and I'm going to click on this window. And we will put this, Becca, you see everything okay?
Yep.
Okay, and we'll put this link down in the comments as well. So this webpage is kind of our go-to for everything recruitment related. And as I mentioned in the original application email, Multicare is in the process of updating their entire website. So we're not actually allowed to make any changes to the website at this point. We tried to get everything in before the deadline, but some things need to be updated, and we will send those out via email. Okay, so we're going to scroll down a little bit. This EPFN brochure is what we're going to start with. That has most of the information, and some of this information you'll see in the program director video that's posted as well. So I'm going to skip a couple pages and go down to benefits. Okay, pay and benefits. Okay, so after you match with us, you'll be signing a 3-year contract. And as Lisa and I mentioned during the program director session, so match happens mid-March. By the end of March, we'll have sent you your contract, and our human resources will start to get in contact with you at that point. You do have to get drug and nicotine tested before you can officially be hired. If that's gonna be a problem, please reach out to me ahead of time once match happens. But again, it's a good idea to stay away from those things as you're getting hired, because a lot of systems do drug and nicotine test. These are the current salaries of right now. They do usually go up each year, but these are what we have right now. And Becca, feel free to chime in with questions as well, or just your feedback. And vacation is kind of Becca's specialty. So after I mentioned kind of the basics, I'm going to let her do her little spiel as well. You get 17 days of vacation annually. You can take up to 5 days per rotation. And you have to have vacation during vacation eligible months. So let me scroll back up a page or two. If we look at Q2 our 1 year, the ones that are bolded are not vacation eligible. So you'll see if you're resident 1, week 14, you're not eligible for vacation because you're on OB. It looks like weeks 15 and 16, you are eligible for 1 week of vacation. I'm waiting for Becca to give me the Becca eyes. Weeks 17 and 18 are family med, so those are not vacation eligible. And then week 19 and 20 are vacation eligible. So for the most part, we really try and do 2 weeks inpatient, 2 weeks outpatient to try and give you the better work-life balance. The only time that's not the case is during the Mary Bridge rotation, which we did talk about a little bit in the other session as well. So those are 4-week rotations because we work with our colleagues at Tacoma Family Medicine and Puyallup Tribal Health on those rotations. And so we just do what everybody else does, which is 4-week rotations. Becca, do you want to talk about your vacation policies? Because you have great vacation policies.
Sure. So you do get 17 days of vacation. We here at East Pierce believe that those are your days. And so we really want you to use all 17 days. So when we're looking at the year and we're planning out and looking at the longitudinal curriculum and what track you're going to choose and everything like that, I really want you to kind of look and keep in mind on where you're going to place those vacations. And I will hunt you down and make sure that you do take those vacations. I've had residents where I've given them every Friday off for the last couple weeks just to get their all 17 days used. The great thing about our flexible LC and going on a 2-week rotation system is that all of our pieces are interchangeable. So if you have a wedding coming up or you have, anything big, those life changes, we want you to be present and be there for those so we can actually have some flexibility in moving things around if there is something that ends up falling on an inpatient rotation. So we'll go ahead and we'll plan your schedule out and we'll get you all the days that you want.
Yeah, we really understand that, residency only happens once. It's going to be hard, but life only happens once as well. I forget exactly what that resident was supposed to be doing on the first day of kindergarten this year. We had a resident whose daughter was starting first day of kindergarten, and it came up in passing that he was missing the first day of kindergarten. And Becca and I were like, no, 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 you are not missing the first day of kindergarten, and move some things around. We do not want you to miss those big moments. We are both mothers as well, and we know what it's like to have to miss events, but we do our very, very best to make sure you don't miss the big moments in life. If you're having a baby this year and Christmas, you really want Christmas off for that first Christmas, then, when we look at the schedules, we're going to try and make sure you get one with that off. That may mean you have to work Thanksgiving or the 4th of July. But for the most part, with our resident classes, they really do work together because they are so friendly with each other. Tell them a little bit about how the everyday clinic model works compared to the, hey, you're just in half-day clinic 2 days a week?
Sure. So most of our rotations, with the caveat of a few like night shift, we have clinic days. So if you're on inpatient for the 2-week rotation, you actually will have clinic for those 2 weeks. And for the reason for this is we want to keep your continuity and we want to keep your 40-week continuity. And so all of your rotations will have a mixture of whatever rotation you're on mixed with some clinic sprinkled here and there. And it may not be like a full day of clinic. You may just see like 3 to 5 patients, but you'll always have that clinic touch every rotation week.
Thank you very much. Okay, so benefits. And this is a really, really big one for you guys. Medical insurance, including dental and vision, is completely free for residents and your families. You'll still have copays, you'll still have deductibles, but the monthly fee is completely waived for you and your family. So we have 3 health plans at Multicare. One of them we kind of call the Multicare Cadillac plan. As long as you're willing to go to Multicare doctors and Multicare hospitals, that one has the lowest copays and the lowest deductibles. Then we have kind of a mid-range plan if you see a lot of doctors that are outside Multicare. The monthly premiums, if you did pay the premiums, would be a little bit higher, but your deductibles and your copays will be a little higher as well. We also have a high deductible plan. For residents, I don't really suggest that one, mostly just because you're not paying the monthly premium, so you might as well just go with the good plans. Medical insurance, anything else on that one? Again, when you're looking at programs and you're starting to do comparisons, look and see. There was long, long time ago, I applied at another residency program. And just to cover me and my kids on a high deductible plan was about $800 a month. I pay about $200 a month for me and my kids. Is that about right, Becca?
Yes.
Yeah, I pay about $200 a month to cover me and my kids. And so that's a huge difference. And that's on the best plan Multicare offers.
And
You also,
and
go
that
ahead.
includes if you have 1 kid or 6 kids.
Yes, very true as well. We have a 403B retirement account. Luckily, residency is 3 years and your vested day is 3 years. So you do get that when you leave here as well. We have CME leave and allowance. So in your R1 year, you get 3 days leave and $900. Your R2 and your R3 years, you get 5 days, and you can see the amounts as well. They do roll over 1 year. So if you don't spend any of your money in your first year, you would have your 900 plus your 1150 for your entire second year. But at the end of your second year, only 1150 is going to go towards your R3 year. Residents like to go to ABFM board prep courses that they offer all throughout the country. So we've had residents take baby moons or just get away from the kid moons and go and do a course throughout the country as well. Like we already mentioned, 17 days of vacation, 12 days of sick leave per year. Another important one that we do is we pay for everything that we require you to do. So licensing fees, DEA fees, board exams, in training exams, your step 3 exams. And why is this important? So your license is about $500 a year. Your DEA is $888 and doesn't make it through entire residency anymore. Board exams are about $1,400. We pay for all of those directly. So you just come to Becker or I, and we pay them with our credit card. I have a really hard time asking graduating med students to pay the better part of $2,000 or $3,000 before they even have a job, and we can't reimburse you until you start. So match, mid-March, I have you apply for your licenses in April, but you can't get reimbursed until you start in June. So we will work together and get all of those paid for you. Unless you want the miles, then you can pay for it. But most people really just like the fact that Beck and I pay for everything. We also do tuition and time off for all of your life safety courses. During orientation, even if yours is valid, we do BLS, ACLS, PALS, NRP, and then we do also in the winter, spring of your R1 year. We do a meal allowance. Right now, it's $500 twice a year, and it comes as part of your paycheck, and that is just for you to decide how you want to spend that money. You can badge swipe in the cafeteria, and that comes straight out of your paycheck. You could make lunches every day. It's just a little bit to help you out. And another bonus is we have free parking throughout the hospital campus, and it's not usually too hard to find a parking spot. Becca, is there anything I forgot on this section?
I think we hit everything that we needed to hit.
Okay, let me look at the packet and just see if there's anything else in here. And you'll see in the packet too, we go through the NRMP rules. We just do this in writing to make sure you guys know the rules and make sure that you understand how we're following the rules. So take a look at these as well. Here's some alumni information. 75% of our graduates are practicing in the state of Washington, but you also see that we have graduates in California, Idaho, Florida, Hawaii, Maine, Minnesota, Nevada, North Carolina, Texas, Utah, and again, Washington. 62% of our graduates are female, 38% male, and 60% of our graduates work within the multi-care treatment area. So kind of cool statistics. Okay, so we're done with that screen. So let's go back to this one. The other thing we're going to have you look at is the residency agreement, and you can just take your time, look at that document. I think those are the big ones on here. So let me move this around. So the NRMP requires that we make sure that you've received all of the following documents. So except for the EPFM brochure, that we just want to make sure you reviewed. We have the virtual recording agreement online. Basically, that says we will not record you and you will not record us. We have the contract on the website and then the essential job requirements. And again, they are all right here on this website. So you'll have those for you. If you have any questions, we'll put our email address in the box as well. And we are very excited to interview with you. You're lucky enough, your last interview is with the coordinators each day. So as I mentioned in the email, we're changing how we're doing interviews this year. All applicants will meet with our program director, Lisa Retalio, first, and then they will meet with a resident group, and then a faculty group, and then you'll meet with Becca and I and the coordinators. So it'll be a pretty fun day, about a 2-day interview. And once we have virtual and in-person meet and greets, we will share those dates and times with you as well. Have a great day, and we look forward to meeting you.
Thank you. Bye.